Gentlemen, it's time we learn how to shave. And I'm not talking about using one of these super expensive, multi-bladed, $25 a box cartridge having pieces of garbage. I'm talking about using one of these. This is probably what your grandfather used. This is a single-bladed safety razor. There's a lot of misconceptions about these, that this is actually more dangerous. Think about it this way. How many times do you want to put a razor-sharp piece of metal against your skin? If your answer is as little as possible, then this is definitely the way to go. I've been using one of these for the last 9 years to great success. I have less irritation, less redness, less ingrown hairs because I'm not irritating the hell out of my skin on a daily basis. What I want to do today is teach you guys this new skill. I want to walk you through my current shaving kit, my prep regimen, as well as how to actually use one of these guys.
Shaving kit's pretty simple. These big bend blades hold an edge really well. Then you're gonna have your brush. I have an Alum Block for post shave, my shave soap, and of course my razor. This one is my favorite by far because I can adjust how aggressive it is by turning this dial.
So now that our workspace is all clear and we've got our kit out, you need to identify which direction your hair grows in. You can run your finger over it and figure out which direction is smooth versus which direction has a little bit more resistance and roughness. So if I go down here, I know the hair is growing down. The hair tends to go out this way on the sides for everyone, away from your Adam's apple. But I actually have hair that grows straight up and some of it actually grows back this way. So this is an identified problem area for me. I'm very prone to getting razor bumps both here and here. So before we get into the actual shave, what I like to do is I like to knock my beard down. For that, I do use my trimmers, and the goal is to get all the hair the same length and make sure we don't miss any spots. Pretty good for first pass. I usually don't shave the length off of the neck hairs because with a single blade, it washes out really easily. Since we switch it out every time, it's super sharp every time. You really don't need to worry too much about the thing getting gummed up like you would a cartridge, which has multiple blades in it. It's a lot of different places for those hairs to actually get stuck. After using the trimmers and knocking your beard down to length, take a shower or go ahead and start the rest of my prep. Wash the area that's actually going to be coming in contact with the razor. Now that we've got a clean surface here, make sure that we run out our water as hot as possible. Steamy water will cause the hair to soften and actually stick out a little bit more. What I like to do while I'm building my lather is either put some regular hair conditioner, some shave prep lotion, or even just some regular lotion on the area that I'm gonna be shaving. This gives you an added layer of protection, and it also helps to soften up that hair a little bit more. 90% of the outcome of your shave is gonna be based on how well and attentive you are to prepping the surface before dragging a blade across it. Get that brush completely wet, and then you want to wring it out and just go to town on that thing. You should probably sit there and mix your lather for a solid 30 seconds or so. There's no rocket science to this at all. And what it's doing is it's picking up soap and it's fluffing air into it as well as the water. And this is gonna create a super thick shaving foam for you. Sometimes I do add a little bit of water to it. It can be a little thick. You don't want this thing dripping though. The whole point is that it sticks to the skin and provides some lubrication against that blade. Now we're just gonna apply the lather. I usually do little circles. There's a bunch of different methods here. I don't think any of it really makes a difference, but you do want to make sure that you're getting up in between every single one of those hairs. So now what we need to do is actually shave. To get our razor loaded up, this one being a butterfly, all we have to do is open it up. Let's make sure that it's clear, and then we take our razor blade and just put it in. There's really no wrong way to do this. The important thing is that when you get it in and lock it, the twist at the bottom of the handle is going to feel kind of firm, but you need to go approximately another quarter turn until you really feel it stop. Now this is why it's called a safety razor, because here I'm just running the razor against my arms. You can see it's not taking any hair off at all because I'm protected by the metal strips. But when I apply an angle to the head, and pull it across. It's going to remove that hair super cleanly. You need to remember which direction your hair actually grows. I like to cut in underneath my jawline. So I start up here in the corner and I just take smooth, straight strokes using that angle just enough to where it cuts. Now there's no reason to really press this into your skin very far. You certainly don't want to apply too much pressure because it will slice you. And always shave down. Don't try and move the blade laterally across the face because that will absolutely give you a nasty cut. Now we're getting to a more rough area, right around the Adam's apple. Here, we just need to be super careful and hit it 1, 2, 3, all the way around. 1, 2, 3. And then on the side, that problem area that I talked about, the hair grows this way and up. So we're just gonna try and navigate that the best that we can. A common misconception with shaving in general is that you should shave against the grain. I generally advise against that. You can get a closer shave that way, but what happens is you're actually pulling the hair out from the root. So what we want to do is make sure we're not going over any one place too many times. You can pull your skin a little tighter, which will allow you to get into those hairs just a little bit more. Okay, so this is roughly cut in. As you can see, you wait a few minutes and I always get a couple little nicks. I never get too worried about them. I use what's called an alum block. An alum block is kind of this little block of minerals. It's a kind of salt. It works as a natural styptic. It's non-chemical. It doesn't have any fragrances in it. We're just gonna slowly pull it across the skin. Yeah, it can burn a little bit. It can definitely burn a little bit. This helps to lock in some moisture and of course stops minor bleeding. Gents, that's it. That's the shave. Pretty straightforward, probably not a ton different than whatever you're doing today. Just make sure that your prep is on point. You also want to make sure that you don't try and use a safety razor anywhere, let's say below the belly button. I'm not going to be held personally responsible for anybody with any nicks and cuts down on the family jewels. That's not my responsibility. If you choose to take that risk, that's completely on you. I'm gonna leave some product links down in the description. You guys are welcome to go and check those out. I'm not making a referral on any of that. Just want to kind of share, I just want to share this cool skill with you. A cool way to level up your bathroom, level up your shaving routine. I'm Brad. I'm a not-so-single-dad from Wilmington, North Carolina. I'm gonna be posting content regularly. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's not just shaving, it's about taking care of yourself. Not to mention feel like a total badass when you get done. And I'll see you next time.